In a quiet mountain valley where life moved slowly and nature whispered through the wind, there lived a 24-year-old young man named Marco whose mind was anything but calm. His thoughts raced endlessly, swirling like a storm he could not escape. Every day he carried the weight of old memories that hurt him and future worries that scared him. His mind felt crowded, noisy, and exhausting, and even when the world around him was silent, his thoughts were screaming inside. He couldn't sleep peacefully, couldn't breathe freely, and he had almost forgotten how it felt to smile from the heart. One day, he heard about a distant village hidden deep in the hills where a wise old man lived. A man who once worked as a great psychologist in the city, but had left everything behind to live close to nature. People said he could help anyone find peace. With nothing else to lose, Marco decided to go. His journey was long and tiring, and when he finally reached the village, he saw a small house covered in vines, glowing in the golden evening sun. On the porch, the old man sat silently with his eyes closed, his face calm like a still lake. Marco walked closer and whispered, "Grandfather, my mind is restless. I cannot stop thinking. I want peace. Can you help me?" The old man opened his eyes slowly and smiled, a smile that felt like warmth on a cold day. "Come with me," he said gently, and led Marco into his yard. He filled a glass of water until it was completely full, so full that a single wrong movement would make it spill, and handed it to Marco. "Walk to the far end of the village and return without spilling a single drop." Surprised but determined, Marco held the glass carefully and began walking. The road was noisy, children playing, dogs barking, people chatting, shopkeepers calling customers, but Marco didn't see or hear anything. His entire focus stayed on the glass of water. Every step was slow, careful, and mindful. His body moved, but his mind stayed still. When he returned, the old man asked softly, "Did you spill any water?" Marco shook his head proudly. "No, not even a drop." Then the old man asked, "Did you see the children playing? Did you hear the dogs barking?" Marco frowned. "No, I didn't notice anything." The old man's smile deepened. "That is the secret, my child. When you focus on the present moment, your mind becomes quiet. There is no room for fear, confusion, or unnecessary thoughts. You were not thinking about your past. You were not worrying about the future. For those moments, you were fully alive. Here, now." Marco felt something shift inside him, like a heavy door quietly opening. The old man continued, "Peace does not come from the outside world. It comes when your mind stays where your body is in this moment. A farmer does not shout at the soil to grow faster. He trusts the process. A bird builds its nest one twig at a time. A mother carries her child for months, patiently waiting for life to bloom. Everything meaningful takes time. Everything beautiful grows slowly." He touched Marco's shoulder gently. "Clear your mind, my child, not by forcing silence, but by learning to return to this moment again and again. Remove the weeds of comparison, fear, and regret. Give your heart the sunlight of kindness. Peace will come naturally when you stop running away from yourself." As the sun dipped behind the mountains and birds returned to their nests, Marco began his walk back home. Not as the restless young man who had come searching for answers, but as someone who finally understood where peace begins. He knew life would still bring challenges, but now he had the wisdom to clear his mind and return to the present. And with each step, he whispered softly to himself, "Peace is already inside me. I just needed to learn how to listen."